Today, we may be able to give you at home a closer look into some of the more high-profile criminal cases in southern Indiana. Thanks for sticking with us at 5:30. I'm Shay McAllister.
And I'm Doug Proffitt. Judges across the Hoosier State can now allow news media to take photographs or video inside courtrooms if they choose. It hasn't been done before. WHAS 11's Isaiah Kim Martinez asks a county judge and prosecutor if they're behind the move.
Well, generally speaking, in cases we've covered here in southern Indiana, we've only been able to show you footage from outside the courtroom. Now, circumstances are changing, and some feel it could increase transparency within the community. While many of the policies inside this Scott County courtroom remain in place, others could be negotiable going forward. That's thanks to a February order from the Indiana Supreme Court, in effect starting now. It gives local judges the power, at their discretion, to permit media to take their cameras inside. That's to capture important testimony in a trial or arguments made by the prosecution or defense. Do you see this as a good move?
I think it is a good move.
Scott County Circuit Judge Jason Mount says the circumstances will dictate how he approaches each case, but he sees the order as an overall win for Hoosiers.
Courtrooms are always supposed to be open, and I think the transparency is good. As a general matter, I think that the public can only gain from learning the information, especially in the high-profile matters, if we can have those cameras in there to show what's happening in real time and why decisions are being made and how they're being made, I think that'll educate the public.
Meanwhile, Floyd County, Indiana prosecutor Chris Lane
It's change, and change is usually hard.
sees benefits and drawbacks.
I see the positives as you always want transparency in the system. We want people to see the system. Negatives, though, as with anything, we have many people who have been treated horribly, who have gone through just awful things, and the thought of them having to be exposed to a camera or publicized is hard on them. And so anytime that can interfere with the process, we as prosecutors are nervous about that.
Each judge will have their own philosophy on a case-by-case basis. For Mount, in cases for juveniles or sensitive issues involving certain victims, he'll opt to keep the cameras out. In Scottsburg, Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11 on your side.
Media members will have to submit requests ahead of time. Judge Mount says the required notice time will depend on the severity of the case. According to the Radio Television Digital News Association, 46 states in the United States can now have cameras in the courtrooms.